Rolling. That's Trey.
And that's Goldie.
We're friends
From college.
Then Trey married my sister.
But unfortunately, we got divorced.
We don't talk about that.
Mostly because there's nothing to talk about.
It was all good.
Our friendship deepened while we were both employed in an event production consulting company,
We spent 280 plus days on the road.
which made us expert business travelers.
And expert best friends who always had one goal in mind.
Host a podcast together. And after people didn't like the first 6 shows, including one where we interviewed building contractors in the Upper Peninsula while they were working,
And one where we searched the country for the next great kid blues guitarist.
we realized we weren't making shows about our true passion.
We had to talk about the thing we know and love more than anything.
Welcome to Business Trips.
Welcome to Business Trips. This week we're going to talk to a great new guest about their business travel tips. But first, a word from our sponsor.
Hey folks, this episode of Business Trips is brought to you by Vector Electronics and Technology, Inc. We are the electronics manufacturer that you didn't realize you needed. There is no aspect of electronics nor technology that we don't cover for you. Computers, smartphones, and if it's electronic, we've got it. We even have power backplanes, which is a more specific need for electricians. Y'all know what I'm talking about there. I hope people do. I don't.
Right.
But I love them. Just think of us anytime you need something that needs to be plugged in. We sell it. Come on down now. It's Vector Electronics and Technology, Inc. on Van Owen. We're going to make you like our electronics. Are you asking why Vector Electronics and Technology, Inc. has been ignoring half of its name in this ad? You may have noticed that the word technology is in there. Good catch. Technology is a huge part of what you're going to get here as well. Every morning when we wake up, we think about 2 things, electronics and technology. And we bring that passion to work every day. Find us a store that is more passionate about either electronics or technology, much less both, and we'll show you a store that doesn't exist and never ever will. Wow. Vector Electronics and Technology, Inc. at 11115 Van Owen Street in North Hollywood. Let's power up together and flip the on switch.
Wow. That's very cool. I didn't even know there's a difference between, in my mind, electronics is part of technology. You can't have one without the other.
It's not true.
Well, we're real excited to have this guy with us today.
Yes. Excited.
Because I don't know about for you, Trey, but I know. Well, actually, I do.
Yeah,
we'll get into that a little bit later.
You know that I like to sing sometimes.
You do, and we like to sing. And let's let our guest kind of lead us into this topic because it's something that I think a lot of business travelers can relate to. Please welcome Pete Gomez.
Pete,
Love Shack, baby, Love Shack. Hey guys,
the B-52s, right?
That's right. Very good. Yeah.
He's a jukebox encyclopedia.
I love music. I think we all do to some degree, but maybe you a little more. And so talk a little bit about, first of all, what brought you out on the road in the first place, and then
why? And then also,
yeah, what brought you on the road? Why? Mm-hmm. Also, and then what is the thing that you like to talk about as it relates to that?
Sure. On the road again.
Right?
Willie Nelson.
That's Willie Nelson.
Yeah, WN. Yeah, so I am in sales, you know. Hello. You know.
We all are in a way, aren't we?
I know. Yeah, always trying to sell our wares.
Yeah, right.
It is for it's a website. Oh. It's a website that specializes in recreating historical photographs, but within your families. So like you pick a historical event and then your family comes together, you dress up, you get the settings, and you...
Like the Dust Bowl, and then everyone...
Marilyn Monroe with the thing?
Yeah, exactly. So like if you want to do Marilyn Monroe over the subway, or Marilyn Monroe when they found her...
Oh yeah,
but either way, it's it's all history.
People don't realize that Joe DiMaggio was very abusive to her, and people remember him in a romanticized light. But I mean, there was emotional abuse and there was physical abuse.
Pete, what What's another photograph that people would reenact that's not related to Mr. DiMaggio's conduct?
Well, let's see. We have Gettysburg addresses. That's a
they're signing. Everyone's hunched around.
That's right. Yeah. Usually they use. Sometimes they'll use the baby as
the baby Jesus,
the beard. No, like the baby in the family.
If they have a baby, the
I
baby's
see.
the beard. The
Right,
baby's the
right.
beard.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just any historical event.
Has anyone ever?
Nope. You
Please.
let me see if I can figure out what you were going to say. Has anyone ever asked you if they could pitch a new historical event?
No. But go ahead.
Well, what's your question? I'll decide which one I want to answer.
Has anyone ever done like the hitting the golf ball on the moon?
Oh, I wasn't even close.
And then yours was the
new ones.
Can someone pitch new ones?
Yeah.
Oh,
But
right.
let's do his first.
Right.
You get to pick.
I do. And I'm not going to answer either, but I will say that, it's like if you're going to pick a historical event, it should be something that has a lot of color, a lot of flair, a lot of fun you could have with costumes and props, right? But that's just my work side,
Right.
You got
Right.
You got Dr. Jekyll and Dr. Hyde. I'm not sure which one's the
One of them
and
got
the
his MD, and the other, or
Yeah, one is
PhD.
just a civilian. He does not have any medical experience.
And so when he flips over to one of them, he's bad at Jeopardy. He goes to the other one, he's good at it.
Right. So whichever one, that's the work one, right?
Yeah.
But when I'm traveling, all I want to do is express myself through song. There's an art to picking a karaoke song. There's an art to picking a place.
So you are talking about karaoke.
Karaoke is kind of a thing we've done before, and that we were excited to talk about with you.
Yeah. You can unwind. You could surprise your coworkers. They surprise you. Like, I did not know he could sing that high. I did not know she could sing that high. I did not know the two of those people were hooking up. So it's just like a fun thing.
Oh, that comes out with duets, I bet.
Right.
It does.
Because there's the cold duet, and then there's the. Do you guys remember? Do you remember when Lady Gaga and
Bradley Cooper?
Thank you. Were so mushy, and I think they were seeing other people.
Everyone wanted to know exactly what's really going on there.
If you haven't seen it, look it up on YouTube. Search Lady Gaga, Too Mushy with Bradley Cooper.
Yeah.
But that's the type of thing with a coworker. You start to go, what is going on with those two?
If someone asks you, hey, you want to go up there and sing Shallow, which is that song, or Summer Lovin', hope you got tested
I'll
for
tell
some
you what.
STDs, because
Yes.
that night's gonna be fun.
Oh, wow.
Love Summer Lovin'. And by the way, let's just take a moment. Olivia Newton-John, she died.
So, like, for example, that's an event you can recreate with your family.
Excellent.
Are people doing a lot of the celebrity deaths?
It's a touchy subject. I think that certain cultures celebrate death as not like a bad thing. It's like a good thing. It's like, oh, they're moving on to the
Dia
next
de
realm.
Muerto.
No, yep. I think there's a couple words you missed in that one.
Los
But
Muertos.
Yeah.
Las.
Dia de Muertos.
Oh wow.
So so that's something that you can play with.
Do you okay, let's do a scenario. You're in Denver.
I love this.
Have you ever actually been to Denver?
Yes, of course.
All right. You got your favorite I'm guessing a lot of cities have multiple karaoke establishments you can go to.
Denver's Chunky's in Denver.
Oh.
Chunky's.
Huh?
That's amazing. Now, paint the picture for us.
Okay.
What's
crazy
Chunky's
name.
about? Is it karaoke only? Is it a bar that has a little side of karaoke?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So thing is with Chunky's is they have one karaoke night. It's Tuesday night. Chunky's is rockin' on Tuesday nights.
Wow.
Right? If a Chunky's is a rockin', do come a knockin'.
Yeah.
Walk in.
Come on in.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
Come a knocking, come a walking, and
Yeah, that's right. So Chunky's is a great place. It's downtown Denver. Usually it's just like a little, just regular old dive bar, kind of boring, a lot of drunks, sad. But Tuesday nights, Davey Dave comes in with his machine. The thing about a karaoke host is, this is why I love Davey Dave at Chunky's. He's intimidating. He's like this bald, buff guy. So okay, I know that I can't necessarily swing the wire and the microphone
he
around
looks
because he'll
like
get
Stone
mad.
Cold Steve Austin.
A little bit like, that's right, yeah. little like Stone Cold Steve Austin, but with a little bit of The Rock as well.
Wow.
In there. Yeah.
Well, that's
So kind of Samoan.
So the nice thing about Chunky's and Davy Dave is, usually you go to a karaoke spot, you got a big book. And you're like, this is so overwhelming.
too many. Organized by song, by artist.
Exactly.
Yeah. Laminated pages, which, by the way, are meant to keep it sanitary and yet somehow make me I get really, thinking about that.
Right.
Because there's something about the lamination. You see all the streaks. You see.
Paper can't,
Paper can't do that.
yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So the thing with Davy Dave is, you walk in, he'll look at you, he tells you what you're going to sing based on the vibe he gets.
Wow.
I love that.
So you walk in, he looks at you for like a minute or two, and when he saw me, he was like, yeah, All Night Long, Lionel Richie. And here's the thing, it's my favorite song to date.
Wow. And you hadn't sung it before Dave said it.
Right, I was going for songs that I didn't know were actually too high. I didn't know until I was, a Billy Joel is high, a Journey
You get burned.
is high.
You get burned.
You get
Yeah.
burned. And then you have the whole
Bottle of
song.
red,
Yeah.
Bottle of white.
Sorry, that's too low. So like Davy Dave
too-
would probably
Bring that up.
say like
That's-
turn you
yeah.
off mid-song.
It's
Oh,
more
that's.
there.
I think you could
It's
probably
more
you could
there.
do
Yeah.
you could
I
do it,
think I
Billy
could.
Joel. Yeah.
I have a friend who sabotages karaoke nights with Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald.
Ooh.
Is that a thing that you think is bad?
Well, you don't want a song that's first of all you don't want a song that's too long.
And that one's too long.
If November Rain starts, if
You better have Axel in there with his hair up in a freaking under a wig.
In the cold
disguised.
November rain.
still too high.
Yes, too-
But yeah, you don't want a song that's too long. So if that's gonna start, you want a song that gets to the point. Maybe it starts right away. Shot to the heart and you're to blame. Something
Well,
like that.
I don't think that's how that starts.
Oh,
You think that? I think that is actually the chorus. That's just right. That you just
No,
went
they
right
might
to.
throw it at the beginning, actually.
Now that's too high.
I'm telling you, but you be on those high songs. Next time you go,
Yeah.
do a Journey, a Billy Joel.
Okay, those are the two high ones.
What's when you're at a karaoke place? What's the etiquette? How do they do the order? Remind me. How do you get in line?
Well, sometimes it
Well, everyone
depends.
knows that.
At Chunky's, it's Dave. That's Davy Dave's court. Like it's
Oh,
gonna.
you're in his world.
You're in his world. You don't know where you're gonna go up. So you have to stay close. There's nothing about Davy Dave. If you don't come up within 20 seconds, he's moving on to the next
He
person.
goes to the next person.
Next person, you'll never sing your song.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Stone Cold Steve Stunner.
Yeah.
That's right.
What about the places and Trey?
I love how many questions you have today.
I hope you're gonna be open about this.
Oh, no.
We went to a karaoke place together.
I'll kill you.
I think it was.
Oh boy.
I'm going to strangle you till your neck
I
pops.
was.
Wow.
You're
going there?
All right. I'm not going to.
Do it.
Nope. No.
I don't care, I don't care.
All right. I think it was Cincinnati. But there's something. So first of all, karaoke. A lot of people don't realize this, Pete. Karaoke is an Asian word. I think it's Japanese.
Japanese, probably.
We've seen the Bill Murray movie with Scarlett Johansson.
Lost in Translation.
Thank you.
Oh, I was gonna say Shakes the Clown, but
Oh yeah, that
no.
yeah.
Was that in Japan, too?
I don't know. I've never seen it.
And they do that great scene where it's like,
Yes.
first of all, we don't know what their relationship is.
Where
It's
he's alone on the bed.
Well, but they go out into
Oh, the karaoke scene.
the karaoke scene. They go out into the
Yes.
city. They have that. It's very romantic. But where I'm going with this is there are karaoke places that are very specifically, you kind of get a private room.
Right.
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Right.
Have you been to those? Does Chunky's have that? Does Davy Dave do that? Where have you been that does it? And talk about that.
Yeah, the private room karaoke is a whole other experience. By the way, at the end of Lost in Translation, I read a vlog about this. At the end of Lost in Translation, when Bill Murray whispers to Scarlett Johansson,
What
Yeah,
the hell
dude,
does he say?
he's saying, "See you at the next karaoke."
Oh, that they were planning a new. I told you.
And that's what
Did
makes
say that.
I
that's
told
what makes
your
her
ass.
cry. That's what makes her
Crap!
cry.
I will Venmo you. I owe this guy $25.
I knew it. I knew he was
the
like, "Is Wednesday good for karaoke?" And because she kind of shakes her head and she's like, Thursday better.
That's right. Yeah, and when we think about it, it answers all the questions of that movie. When you think about it, that's what Right.
I didn't have any questions.
You have a lot today.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Noted.
Private room karaoke's are they're special. They're intense. What I like about it is that you can go up longer. I've had a private for one of my birthdays. I invited a bunch of people to do a private room karaoke. The only rule is that no one else could sing, and I had a really good time.
Just you.
It was just me.
Oh wow.
People were putting their
That's
names
fun.
in, but the surprise was I sang the whole
Did
night.
you sing the songs that they had wanted to sing themselves?
If I knew I could do it better, yeah.
Oh, nice.
That just gave me a great idea. I'm sure this happens in karaoke. That you tell me if it does or doesn't, Pete.
Karaoke.
Karaoke. That people play credit card roulette. We've both played it and lost it. More than won it, and that was when we worked together. But do people ever go, I'm putting a set list down. I'm writing 5 songs that I'm going to do tonight, and then everyone closes up the things, the papers. You know what I mean? They write it on paper, and then they put it into something. Fold it.
I've got to follow up.
And then they reach in, and now you don't know who's you're going to get. So you put your favorites in. You're not trying to mess anyone up. But suddenly, okay, I put down Lionel Richie, Billy Joel, what was the other
Journey.
band? Journey, etc. Guns
There's
N'
more to
Roses,
those
etc.
three, but yeah.
And then all of a sudden you go, wait a second, this guy's got Heavy D and the boys on here. He's got Bonnie Raitt. I don't know how to sing. I don't even know these. Does that ever happen? Is that?
That's never happened.
And can I?
Oh, but yeah, but please.
Oh, okay. Has this ever happened? That someone makes a list of like 100 or 150 no-fly zones, and these are the songs that they just don't want to hear anyone sing that night. And then they, I don't know, maybe go through the binder and cross them out, or you probably aren't allowed to do that, but maybe on the plastic, put like a sticky notes like no for like 100.
I'll answer that one because it's a much better question. The thing is, like, usually the songs that the karaoke hosts don't like to host are the songs that are more like patter. There's no singing involved. So, like, for example, We Didn't Start the Fire, You Can Call Me Al, Gilbert and Sullivan, something that's going to be, it's more like kind of talky and less.
The first 5 seconds of Steal My Sunshine.
Exactly.
They're like, hey, I thought he was going to come over. No, he's not coming.
Right.
I'll send them blessing.
Right.
That's right. Or A Baby Got Back, the whole scenario at the top with Becky and the butts.
Yeah, the girls that don't like the butt.
The skits, right?
I want to get back to.
And then whenever.
Okay. I want to get back to asking you a question about.
Have you guys ever done more than words together at a karaoke? Extreme?
Not together.
No.
Oh, I feel like it's a perfect duet for the two of you.
Is it?
I really do.
Saying, yeah, that's in my range.
That's in your range? You got the lower part?
More than
See, you keep trying to go high. I don't know how many times we have to.
I don't know if it's a tone deaf thing or if it's just I'm not grasping it.
I remembered it.
Okay.
Iwo Jima. Has anyone ever asked your company to do a photo of them?
I don't know.
The flagpole.
The
The flagpole?
Yeah.
The flagpole?
The flagpole.
Yeah. That one's a little more difficult.
Probably want to stay away from some of the political stuff. Or
Well,
the,
Iwo Jima's.
I don't know.
What makes that one difficult, I'm sorry, is the bronze outfits, because we really try to go for authenticity. So rather than just putting people in the costume, we literally try to put them in bronze.
You guys have the
Bronze
they
clothing?
they have to wear, so they could feel the weight
heavy.
of the exactly. So that's why.
But the guys doing it did they have bronze outfits on?
Yeah, but what do we remember more, the actual photo or the statue?
The statue.
Yeah.
right.
And that's bronze. Shoot. You go.
You must be in a warehouse for that business to keep all those period costumes, and then I guess part B of that. I don't know that I actually asked anything, but
So then the next thing would probably still be part A.
it's just part of the same thing. It is going to be a question.
Well, I've got part A being Are You in a Warehouse if you wanted to.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Is that A? Okay. So
Let's
now,
back
now
up-
you have a
let-
B.
Let's
So let's go back
that.
to B.
Uh-huh.
Let's go back to A. Are you in a warehouse?
Yes.
Okay.
There you go.
Great.
What was B?
So part B.
B sort of still. I maintain that's more of a comment, but
Huh.
it's.
We could probably turn it into a question.
But let me ask you this.
Yep.
What's the most recent? How do you decide what is worthy of buying the costumes? Like, what makes something a historical event? What's the most recent one? Is the question that I want to ask.
Okay. Well, my first question. I'm sorry. My first answer, part A,
COVID?
is don't come to me and ask for a historical event if you don't have the correct number of people for that event.
That makes sense.
Right. So if you have a family,
Snuck a picture of you.
what's that?
I snuck a picture of you.
I'll send you some release forms to sign. So if you have a family of 5 and you want to recreate the album cover of Sgt. Pepper's, forget it.
Not a great idea in this economy.
30.
Forget it.
Yeah.
There's
I
a
would
lot.
stick to a smaller family.
Right.
Oh, smaller or bigger if you want to do, because you're gonna
Yeah, if you want to do
Sgt. Pepper's.
Yeah, or the '68 convention, or you better bring it.
Yeah.
You better bring it, fella.
Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band.
Oh.
That was just a little
It was 20 years ago today.
too high. It's like the first thing you
20
reach
years
for.
ago, it's down here.
You're very good. You're very good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I mean, we both are.
Yeah.
Normally, I sort of do lay back. I like to lay back.
Mm-hmm.
What about food at the karaoke places?
Yeah.
What does
don't have to.
Chunky's? What does Chunky's have?
Chunky's has a little bit of everything. It's a lot of fried stuff. You got, French fries, mozzarella sticks, wings, fried
Yeah,
pickles.
yeah.
But if you're gonna sing, you don't want to get a lot of that stuff in your. If you're gonna
Right.
sing, you want
Keep
something
it. I got to eat clean.
exactly something lighter, something like a what's going on? What's wrong?
Final.
Oh,
we should
wow.
probably do
Yeah,
a final question.
Okay, sure.
Oh.
Sure.
Final countdown.
I heard it.
And also, you don't sing the instruments.
Europe.
I looked at it wrong. I think
there
we're
karaoke
fine.
in
What
Europe?
was the food? What was the rest of the food?
Well,
No,
we're fine.
you should ask your. Yeah, it's okay. We'll cut
What
that.
So you like karaoke when you're traveling for your job?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That was your question?
I'm leading into it. I just said
That's not a question.
that was not my question. Yes though, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was established when we started.
Sorry, Your Honor, Judge Ito.
That's another popular one. Now, if you just want to take a solo photo
The Bronco?
by yourself, you not the
The aerial photo of the Bronco. That's hard.
that one's hard. You need someone who's willing to drive, and someone who's willing to scream from the.
The back seat.
Uh-huh.
So what's the Judge Ito one? Just him like kind of like on a break, like stressed?
Yeah, yeah. It's just someone in a judge's robe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that. And then people are like, I was being Judge Ito there.
Is AC Cowling alive?
I don't know. I hope so. Oh, Lord.
we gotta pay some bills?
Time to pay the bills.
Let's pay some bills. All right. Business Trips Podcast is also brought to you by My Little Boutique. For all of your beauty services, please consider My Little Boutique. It's not a little boutique, it's a little boutique. Lash extensions are one of our specialties. Microblading is another, and lash lifts are a third. I don't even know what that is. Please know we also offer brow shaping, sugaring, and various other skincare treatments. At My Little Boutique, part of what separates us is that all of the products we use are completely 100% all natural. The other thing that separates us is the fun wordplay in the name of our establishment, okay? Located on the western edge of Culver City, you can also say we are in Mar Vista or Venice if it feels better. I don't know how you can just... I think it's you're in a place or you're not. And that's what we want for you, to feel better. Cleanliness and sanitary standards are in vogue these days, but we have put those things first long before the latest global viral outbreak. Handicapped? We are wheelchair accessible. Looking for true privacy? We offer gender-neutral bathrooms. My little boutique. Give your skin the business. Okay. Street. Oh, and then it just says street parking. That feels like they got it. Some of the. Okay.
Thank you to them.
Yes.
Love it. We love our sponsors.
Yes.
Okay. So, it's been a tough 24 to 34 hours for the podcast.
Just try and get through it.
Okay, today's episode of Business Trips is dedicated to Curious George Stroman. Curious George was an assistant producer for this podcast who booked every single one of the Ubers for guests who needed that, not to mention a million other little things, and was generally a delightful presence in the podcast offices. Unlike the mischievous monkey in children's books, our Curious George never made people feel uncomfortable. He was a consummate professional with a heart of gold and a jaw of steel. We found that out when he had a bathroom door at a restaurant open hard on his face, and he came out pretty much unscathed.
Yeah.
He had a guilty love of Wendy's No. 6 spicy chicken meals and also an impressive collection of U2 concert T-shirts, even though he openly admitted he'd only ever attended 2 shows. He was either buying them online or he bought a whole bunch at those shows.
We don't know.
Curious George's body was found last night in the Santa Monica Pier water in a bag full with rocks and unfortunately deceased. There are no words. This episode is dedicated to Curious George Stroman. We're gonna miss you.
I will remember you.
Wow.
That's the right one.
I don't think anyone wants to be called a machine, but you're like a karaoke machine.
You do, yeah.
Don't tell Davey David Chunkies.
Why? He'll get mad at you? Oh, because he doesn't want his replaced. He bought a machine. Why are we not telling Davey?
He's just very he's very
He sounds
territorial.
like a handful.
A little bit, but that's what makes it exciting when you're there. You know, you're like you walk up scared, you sing, and you leave scared.
Yeah.
But it's okay. He won't listen to this.
Do you ever see a karaoke friend outside of the church, as it were? I mean, do you see them out in the world? Is it wait a second. You know what I mean? Like, why do I know that person? Oh, that person.
That's Davey Dave.
That's Davey Dave.
Or
That
maybe it's
person
a
does
less known.
Islands in the Stream, or
You can always tell a K-head when you see one. You know.
a K-head.
What do you look for? Is it in the eyes?
Oh no, I'm just saying like someone you've seen in the past. At the
Oh,
same
you
bar. It's
recognize
like,
them.
Yeah,
You look
people
to
traveling.
recognize
You're
them.
like, oh, that's right, and it's like K-head, K-head, and then
You chant that.
And then you get together and you
Right.
find a K-hole and you do some karaoke.
A K-hole.
I don't know if that's not what I.
This business trips.
This is Business Trips.